A further reflection of how different global geopolitics have become over the past 20 years, the Baltic nations and Poland have announced their plan to withdraw from the Ottawa Convention, an agreement on banning anti-personnel mines. The decision, which has yet to be officially enacted at the time of making this video, is due to the threat that Russia and ally Belarus pose to NATO's eastern flank. We take a look at this news in today's video. So, on Tuesday, March 18th, NATO members Poland, Lithuania, Latvia and Estonia announced their intentions to withdraw from the Ottawa Convention/Ottawa Treaty. The treaty came into existence in 1997. The United Nations explains that landmines come predominantly in two varieties, anti-personnel and anti-vehicle mines. Both have caused great suffering in the past decades and continue to kill and injure civilians and bystanders long after conflicts have ended. It is the more weight-sensitive anti-personnel mines that are prohibited under the Ottawa Convention. Lithuania ratified the convention in 2003. Latvia ratified the treaty on July 1, 2005, and Estonia joined in 2004. Notably, the country that all three Baltic nations are worried about, Russia, never signed this convention, nor did the United States. As reported by Reuters, a formal withdrawal from the convention will allow Poland and the three Baltic countries to start stockpiling anti-personnel landmines again. The four countries' defense ministers said in a joint statement that they quote-unquote unanimously recommend withdrawing from the convention. The statement was signed by defense ministers from each nation: Estonia's Hanno Pevkur, Latvia's Andris Spruds, Lithuania's Dovile Šakaliene, and Poland's Vladislav Kosiniak-Kamyš. The statement continues saying, "With this decision, we are sending a clear message. Our countries are prepared and can use every necessary measure to defend our territory and freedom." As noted earlier, this is merely a declaration of intention and position. However, it has not been made official. As noted by LRT, the move must be approved by the parliaments of the respective countries. Ministers jointly went on to say, "We believe that in the current security environment, it is of paramount importance to provide our defense forces with flexibility and freedom of choice of the potential use of new weapon systems and solutions to bolster the defense of the alliance's vulnerable eastern flank." Earlier, on March 6th, Lithuania announced its official withdrawal from the Convention on cluster munitions. The parliament had voted to withdraw from the convention in July 2024, and Lithuania submitted the required paperwork to get the process moving. Estonia has told its allies that it will only use cluster munitions to defend Estonia. And while Latvia states that it has never used, produced, stockpiled or transferred cluster munitions, it never joined a convention on banning such weapons. With the recent announcement to withdraw from the Ottawa Convention, the International Committee of the Red Cross said it was quote-unquote very concerned about the European context of rearmament. An ICRC spokesperson stated, "The impact of these possible withdrawals from conventions by certain states would have very serious consequences for many civilians in the very long term and even within these countries themselves. It is precisely now that these treaties are relevant and not in times of peace and stability." With the Baltic nations' intention to withdraw from the Ottawa Convention, we would expect the three countries to mine border areas to defend itself from any possible incursion from aggressors. Lithuania recently took delivery of Finnish Sentry anti-tank mines worth €5.9 million. The country's Ministry of Defense says that the design of the mines makes them particularly effective in destroying or damaging tanks and other armored tactical vehicles. Latvia has stated its intention to install anti-tank mines along its border, while there has been discussion of something similar for Estonia. If you haven't checked it out yet, there's our video on the Baltic Border Defense Plan discussing the three nations' activities in securing their non-allied borders. So, what do you think of this latest declaration by Poland and the Baltic nations? Do you support this move? Let us know by leaving a comment